A woman stands in a fitting room, holding a sweater she's wanted since autumn. She looks at the price tag, and something tightens inside. Not because the money hurts, but because it feels like she's doing something wrong. The sweater goes back on the rack. 5 minutes later, she's in another aisle, buying 3 t-shirts for her kids. At the register, it's easy. That evening it hits her. Again, she bought for everyone but herself, and never noticed the moment she decided. And the strangest part, money has almost nothing to do with it. Her account could have covered that sweater without a thought. It's not the number on the card. It's that she still asks permission for her own wishes from someone who hasn't been around for years. Today, 6 habits of people who spend on themselves without guilt. Not the ones who have more. Many earn an ordinary income, sometimes a modest one. They just don't have that tightening in the fitting room. One line first. This isn't about earning more or pricing your work. These people earn a perfectly ordinary income. And it's not a call to spend your last. Sensible saving protects you. It's about something else. That strange second when the money is there, the purchase is easily within reach, and inside a quiet, insistent, "not for you," still switches on. That "not for you" is the whole talk. Guilt at the register, looking at a price tag for yourself, isn't conscience. Conscience is about having harmed someone. This is an old reflex of scarcity. You were taught that wanting more is shameful, and spending on yourself is selfish. Do you recognize yourself in even one of the 6? 1. They don't apologize for buying things for themselves. She finally buys the face cream she's eyed for half a year. Good, not cheap. On the way to the register, she catches herself rehearsing what she say at home. The old one ran out, and anyway it was on sale. No one will ask. But the excuse is ready, as if without it the purchase wouldn't count as legal. The mechanism is simple. In childhood, buying something for yourself needed a reason. Not "I want it," but "I need it for school." Wanting without a reason wasn't allowed. The grown-up kept the habit, and now apologizes to an empty hallway that never asked him anything. The danger isn't the explaining, it's that it eats the joy. He could have simply been glad. Instead, he spent energy on defense, as if he really were guilty. Handle it simply. Notice the moment you start explaining why, and stop mid-sentence. Nothing bad happens if it stays unfinished. An excuse is a tax you charged yourself. Only you can cancel it. 2. They can say "I want things to be better" without blushing. There's this moment in any conversation. Someone is asked, "What would you like?" And they answer almost guiltily, as if confessing something shameful. "Well, clothes I actually like, not just fine ones. A rest that isn't the cheapest. A home that's comfortable, not good enough." And right away, before anyone answers, they cut themselves off. But really, I have enough as it is. That hurried "enough as it is" isn't modesty. It's insurance. Easier than letting the wish sound in full and being left alone with it. And it was taught. For many of our parents' generation, making do was almost a virtue. Don't be greedy, be glad you have anything. Wanting better sounded like ingratitude for the little you were given. But a suppressed wish doesn't disappear. It goes inward and quietly sours how you feel about your own life. Try finishing the sentence sometime. Say it out loud. "I want things to be better for me." Don't add the usual "but." Let it hang, and nothing bad will happen. And "I want to earn more" belongs in the same row. Not because your life is bad, but because you have plans, and plans take strength. Wanting better isn't greed. Greed looks at what belongs to others. A wish looks only at your own. And it doesn't mean despising what you have. Gratitude for today and the wish to go further live fine in the same person. 3. They don't confuse modesty with the habit of making themselves smaller. A group at a cafe after work. Everyone orders a hot dish, a dessert, a glass of wine. The waiter reaches her. Just tea for me. The humblest phrase in the world. And behind it, a genuinely hungry person who didn't allow herself dinner. Ordering like everyone else feels like too much, as if she'd take up more room than she's allotted. It's easy to confuse two things. Modesty is how you carry yourself with others. No bragging, no throwing your weight around. What's happening at that table isn't modesty. It's the habit of automatically making yourself smaller than you are, as if your share were already too much to ask. Over time, someone who spends years ordering just tea forgets how to feel what they even want. Ask them straight, and they honestly can't answer. Next time your hand reaches for just tea on its own, order what you actually want. Same as everyone. Explaining nothing to anyone. Modesty is how you carry yourself with people, not how much you allow yourself. 4. They don't measure love by the size of the money sacrifice. A mother wears her old coat a third season straight. The kids get everything new, in season, no questions. She'll buy for herself later, when money's easier. Easier never comes. The moment there's something extra, it goes straight to the kids, the husband, the house. She sincerely doesn't see it as sacrifice. For her, it's love, forgetting herself for the others. The trouble is that love has quietly turned into bookkeeping. The less for herself, the greater the proof she's a good mother. The danger is that this love sooner or later gets tired. A quiet exhaustion builds, then resentment she's ashamed to say aloud. I gave everything, and it's as if I was never there. The children usually don't even notice. To them it was the norm, not a feat. Ask yourself honestly, if you'd bought that coat this season instead of someday, what would it really have taken from the kids? Most often, nothing. Love that always saves on itself sooner or later presents the bill, sometimes in silence, sometimes at the worst possible moment, and it's spread across ordinary life. A new phone for the child, a cracked screen for yourself another half a year, a good gift for your wife, and your own overdue shoes later. A tip for the waiter without looking, dessert for yourself. Nah, no need. It's not about saving. It's about who inside you gets to live well, and who doesn't. 5. They allow themselves joy and extras, not only the strictly necessary. A man stands at a bookstall holding a book he's long wanted to read, not for work, just for himself. He looks at the price, trivial, and still puts it back. Some other time. I'll borrow it. I'll find it online. It's not that he begrudges the money, it's that taking it for his own pleasure feels like an unnecessary luxury. The logic of scarcity is simple. Anything that isn't strictly necessary gets filed as a risk. And a risk, better not. So life turns into one long list of what's needed, and everything that's simply a joy waits for when it's allowed. And that when never comes. The permission isn't from the money, it's from yourself. Some people can count every penny, but never once do they count how much joy they didn't take while they saved for years on their own life. Not everything you buy has to be necessary. Sometimes it's enough that you simply wanted it. 6. And this one is probably the hardest. Picture a person with a sum sitting calmly in his account that 20 years ago he couldn't have dreamed of. He knows it. And still, year after year, he sleeps on a sagging mattress and gets up with a bad back. A new one costs pennies next to what he has. The money just sits there. And every morning, it's fine, it'll last. Because deep down, a large purchase for himself still sounds like a threat. The worst poverty isn't having no money. It's when it's already there, and you still live as if it's about to be taken away. The money's been there a long time, and the rainy day it's all saved for has, honestly, already passed. The anxiety just didn't notice. It stayed on, apart from real life, giving orders as confidently as 20 years ago. The outer account grew. The inner one stayed the same. From the outside, it's almost invisible, even admirable. A thrifty, modest, unassuming man. Inside, just an old fear that forgot to ask whether it's still needed. Ask him straight, what am I afraid of if I spend this now? And listen to where the answer comes from. Almost certainly not from today. From childhood, from the 90s, from a kitchen where every penny was counted. That time ended long ago. Nobody told the fear. Look at all 6 habits together, and it's not about the sum in the account. It's about permission. You can earn a lot and still live as if it's about to be taken. And you can earn modestly and let yourself have joy without an inner court. Permission is always a question. Whom do you ask it from? Some grew up feeling endless scarcity makes a person more spiritual, and any pleasure must be justified. But if what you have was entrusted to you not by accident, maybe your task isn't to be ashamed of it, but to handle it wisely and with gratitude. Money isn't the measure of your worth or an exam in righteousness. It's a tool so you can live, not only survive. Back to the woman in the fitting room. Next time she's holding that same sweater, she looks at the price. Inside, the familiar tightening starts again. But this time she notices it and doesn't run into the kids' clearance aisle. She just stands a second longer and buys it. Not because she got rich, but because for the first time, she didn't ask permission from someone who hasn't been around for years. Maybe you stopped being poor a long time ago. It's just that inside you still lives a person who once, in a harder time, decided about himself, not for me. Back then it kept him safe. Back then it was true. But that time is over. And he's still standing at the register, not allowing it. And maybe it's time to quietly tell him, thank you. You kept me safe back then. I'll take it from here. It's allowed now.